D is for drugs. Welcome to Frank Bruno Law. I am Frank Bruno. Today is a continuation of my series on Medicare. I'm talking about Part D. Part D. D stands for drugs. This is the prescription plan program in Medicare. So Medicare is a federal program. I have a series on that. A and B is original Medicare, doctors, hospitalization. Part C is Medicare Advantage, where you can get a private insurance company to cover the A and the B. And Part D is drugs, your prescription Medicare plan. You get a pharmacy card. Now, Part D is only provided by private insurance companies that follow federal regulations. Right? So you can't sign up at Social Security. You could go to Medicare.gov, but you can't sign up at Social Security. You need to get a private broker, and you'd have a pharmacy card. This is a voluntary program, but enrollment is highly encouraged. And enrollment is encouraged by if you fail to sign up when you can at your initial stage, you pay a 1% penalty per month until you ultimately sign up. Now, a person can apply for Medicare at the same time they can apply for A and B, Medicare A and B. That's in the 7-month window. The 3 months before you hit 65, your birthday month, and then the 3 months after you turn 65. So that 7-month window is when you can apply. And if you fail to apply and obtain Medicare at that point, your next time that you can enroll is in any open enrollment period, right? And the open enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th annually. But if you miss it and you get prescribed a very costly drug, well, you'd have to bear the brunt of that expense until you can ultimately apply for Medicare. There are 4 stages to Medicare Part D. There's the deductible stage, the initial coverage stage, the coverage gap stage, and then the catastrophic illness stage. So we start out annually at the deductible stage. So 2020, the deductible is about $400, a little bit more. You have to pay out of pocket. You pay 100% of the cost of any medication. Then the next stage is the deductible stage. So at that point, if you need to get a prescription medication, you have to pay your copay. That's the portion for the individual. And then the balance is paid by Part D. That's your prescription coverage. Now, there are tiers. You may be familiar with this with other prescription plans. Tier 1 are the generics and the lowest cost generics, your preferred generics, going all the way up to a brand name, maybe Tier 5. They are more costly medications. So Tier 1 to Tier 5 within the deductible stage. The next stage is the coverage gap. If you pay out of pocket a certain amount, Medicare tracks your spending. They track what you pay, they track what they pay. And if you hit a certain amount, which changes annually, at that point in time, the coverage stops and you have to pay the difference between your coverage gap all the way up till you hit the catastrophic illness stage. Now, why is that? Well, the government wanted, and still does, they want people to use generics. They want people to keep their costs down. So potentially, if you don't have oral, medicines for cancer, very expensive medicines, it could very well be that you never hit the gap because you pay under the amount. Then there's the catastrophic illness stage. In 2019, it was $5,100. 2020, it's going to $6,350. So once you pay out of pocket $6,350, you hit the catastrophic stage. And this is really the entire benefit of Part D. If you have kidney disease, certain cancers. If you have medicine that costs more than $700-800 a month, well, you're going to hit that catastrophic phase, and at that point, the individual person only pays 5% of their coverage, and the private insurance Part D pays the other 95%. So there are various Part D private insurance companies. Some have premiums, some don't. Some have higher copays. So you really have to compare them. You can compare them by going to Medicare.gov. You can even call 1-800-MEDICARE. If you go to Medicare.gov and you put in the specific prescriptions that you have now, you could conceivably determine which insurance company would be best for you. So if you have any questions about this, if you would like to discuss with me any issue related to elder law, please go to callfrankbruno.com and schedule an appointment to speak with me. Thank you very much.